G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to Cold Waters with Mags, and welcome aboard the November class nuclear submarine. It's November 30th, 1968, and today we are doing another custom battle. And in this one, well, we're going to play like it is 1941 and we're the Germans. We are going after a British convoy heading towards the English Channel. Now, for this particular custom battle, we've deliberately selected a section off the English coast as our map location, and all other settings are set to random. The convoy escorts will be between 4 and 5 ships with Belknap class cruisers and Knox class frigates, with 7 to 8 randomly selected merchants and trawlers making up the convoy, and a 50-50 chance of there being a Skipjack class nuclear attack submarine also in the mix here. There is also 2 active helicopters inside the engagement area. Alright, so now I can put these bloody notes aside. What the hell have we got ourselves here? Now, I've just come from the surface. I was doing a periscope scan to see what we could actually pick up, and we have got 5 merchants at this point. And it looks like we've picked up the Knox and 1 Belknap class cruiser, and we've got E8 just sitting up here at the moment. Now, I'm not sure what E8 is. Ping from the south will be that Knox. And the north will be another escort, either another cruiser or another frigate. Just adjusting the depth here. I want to get down to at least 50 meters. At 30 meters, there's a chance that with the rolling seas, our conning tower might actually break the surface, in which case we could be detected. Alright, so I'm not going to rush in on this one because this is a November class. So a couple of things you need to note here. The November is not particularly maneuverable. It's actually kind of a pig. It's also not particularly fast. It only does 26 knots, which means most of the ships here can actually outrun it. And hello there, merchant. You've gotten close enough that we can detect you. What are we going to do about that? Your signature is confirmed. I'd love to see more of them, but look how close I've got to actually get to get a good signature on at least one of them, and that's not a good signature. The range is 2.2 kiloyards, and I can see that it's sort of there, but I can't tell what direction it's moving in based on its contact. About there, I think. And okay, that looks like it's not going to be too bad. Aiming the torpedoes here is incredibly important because it's 1968 and we're playing as the Soviets. We've got no wire-guided torpedoes, so everything we fire, once it's out of the tube, that's it. There's nothing we can do with it. And torpedo to the north. Oh, the merchant jump positions. It wasn't out as far as I thought it was. Yeah, about. There we go. Alright. Mk.II is gone. Let's do a quick change of direction because I'm a little concerned about the torpedo directly in front of us. 1 tracking behind us, but it's not even close to where we actually are. And we've now got a heading on M6. It is heading south. Let's move a little bit further away as well. That first torpedo may not actually be such a bad shot after all. Now, the good part here is none of us can actually see. The Americans have crap sonars. I have crap sonar. There's a bit of noise in the water, so none of us can actually hear anything correctly. So basically what you've got here is a bunch of warships lobbing torpedoes in the water, hoping that one of them might actually hit the other. It's kind of like watching two blind guys box, isn't it? And we've got a direction on M1 now. And we're going to have to get a good shot here because we're only going to get one crack at this. And cross your fingers on that one for me. Basically, M1's turned around and is exiting the area because of M2 being destroyed. Now, I expect the rest of the merchants are probably doing the same. Let's go to actives and see if we can find out. No, not even a single response. Alright. We've still got a bearing on M6, so... Well, that's interesting. M6 is jumping around. Looking at the south, you can see a countermeasure deployed. Merchants don't have countermeasures, so there's another ship right in there near that merchant. Possibly that's where the Nox is. My first two-shot torpedoes have just gone active. Our torpedo to the north still seems to be on track. One of the torpedoes circling has just ran out of steam, so I don't think that one from the south is going to be able to swing back enough to actually pick us up as it goes through. We're only in 222 feet of water, so we don't have really any maneuvering room here. Hello, Nox. If it doesn't pick us up now, it's not going to pick us up. And it turns away. Okay, so we should be safe from the torp to the rear now. Looks like our shot to the north has actually picked up M1. Where are you? Yep, he's right on the 6. Should go straight into the engine room. Oh. And yep, target is destroyed. Beautiful, so that's another merchant down. Oh shit. Where the hell did you come from? Come on, pick him up. He's right there. Torpedo's active, and it looks like it's picked up the Nox. Boom. Alright, that's an escort out of the way. Now, let's see if we can do something about this one. Far out. Alright, he's heard the torpedo. Now I'm pretty sure, should have probably double checked this, the Russian torps always turn left and then turn back to the right when they enter their search patterns. So... oh, he's going to turn to the left as well. Actually, that works really well. It won't matter then. And torpedoes acquired. Helicopter's on the deck. He hasn't got it launched. That's odd. I know there's at least one helicopter up at the moment. And that is another Nox taken care of. Isn't that beautiful? Right, there's possible thumbnail material right there. Okay, so well, that got interesting all of a sudden. Let's take a look around. Paris. Oh, we're at 50 feet, of course. Set 30 feet. Just want to pop the periscope up and actually have a little bit of a look around and see if we can work out where everything is. At least we're going to be really shielded at this point in time. With this many wrecks in the water, there is no way known they're going to be able to hear us running at silent running, especially not with 96 decibels in the water. Anyways, let's take a look through this scope. Sounds like we picked something up there. Ideally, I'd actually want to bring it up to about 20 feet, but that will put the conning tower out of the surface, and as I said before, there is definitely a helicopter up. So we've lost Master 5. I'm just sort of scanning above the waves at the moment, looking for smoke in the sky to see if we can work out where the hell these merchants went, but I'm not seeing anything at this point. Let's pull this down. Master 5 is the cruiser. We've lost signs of the cruiser. Ah, our torpedo to the south. It did pick up the merchant. M6 went down. So 3 merchants down at this point. That was more of a blind shot. I was sort of hoping it would go that way, but I didn't think any of those would hit. But obviously one did. Okay. So the ping to the north is M5, and then we'll have, well, I say it's going to be the Nox to our right, or to our east rather, but these reloaded. It could be a submarine. I would have expected the skipjack would have shown up by now, but then again, with this much noise in the water. Anyways, first things first, the cruiser is our main concern. For the next ping, it's on the same line. Right, wait for the next ping, and it's on pretty much the same line. It's either moving directly towards us or directly away from us. Yeah. All right. Torpedo away. What we can do, it's kind of nuts, but should I? Yeah, alright, I'm going to pop our radar mast. This is going to show us where they all are, and it's going to reveal our location. Oh wow, that's interesting. Let's pull that back down. Alright, so the cruiser is actually the one to our east, and it's a Nox to our north. Let's change course here. Actually, yeah, let's get another torpedo out and take advantage of that. Now we've popped our radar. If they detected it, they're going to head straight towards the source of the emission. This is normally bad, but we don't have torpedoes that we can guide after launching, and they're going to make a beeline directly towards us. So if we fire down their sonar trails, hopefully, if they maintain course... No cavitation, please. I want them to lose me. This got me worried, is the radar did not pick up any of the merchants. I think the merchants have GDFO'd completely here. And speaking of those helicopters before, we are all stop, ultra quiet, depth of 200 feet. Sink all the way to the bottom. Ambient noise 96 decibels and all these ships around us with our engines shut down in silent running at 200 feet. Nobody should be able to hear us. Yep, that is the idea. We've lost track of the torpedo to the east. The one to the north went active very, very, very short, so it's probably going to miss. The Nox will hear that coming.
Make turns 5 knots, maneuvering aye. Con maneuvering, making turns 4.
Torpedoes in the water. The Nox has heard the torpedo. And it looks like the cruiser has heard the torpedo as well, and they've both torpedoed the torpedo's location. There's countermeasures. Let's get ourselves moving a little bit here. I don't hear the helicopter anymore, so back to 5 knots and bring ourselves in closer to that Nox. I don't want to be anywhere near that torpedo that's coming through, and that is potentially close enough to be able to detect us. Now we've got countermeasures near our torp to the east, and our torp appears to be north moving, and our torpedo to the north appears to be maneuvering as well. But M5's in a different location. If M5's where it says M5 is, what the hell dropped that? No, M5's in a different spot. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So our first torpedo, our torpedo to the east has missed, so... that one should work better. This is both a hell of a lot of fun playing a submarine that has sonar that's so crap that you can't see or hear exactly what's going on, and at the same time, incredibly frustrating. I mean, without the wires, I can't even use my trick of using the remote wire and the active sonar on the torpedo in order to hunt for targets that are beyond my ability to hear. So we're fine from that torpedo. Lots of countermeasures up north. I can hear that helicopter in the background. Although that wasn't too close, but it was close enough for me to hear it. Torpedo is scanning. Come on, This should be an easy one for you to pick up. Come on, acquire, acquire, acquire. Torpedo has acquired. Wait for it. Wait for it. There it is. Poor bastard. Alright. And he hasn't been sunk. He's going to take another one. Alright, so let's get torpedo. Let's get all these torpedoes ready. About here, I think. It's hard to judge because he's going to be slowing down. He's going to be getting, and there's the helicopter again. The cruiser dropping noisemakers, so it's heard the torpedo.
Fire control weapon countermeasure.
Bloody helicopters. Anyway, you know, it's surprising. The November is actually doing reasonably well for a submarine that was obsolete, even by Russian standards, by 1963. Considering that it's 1968 in game. Torpedo is locked on. And she's so slow, she cannot maneuver out of the way of this. This should put her down. There we go. Not a horrible looking boat either. I mean, I'm not particularly fond of its name. I can't pronounce the bloody thing properly, but it's... yeah, I've seen worse looking boats. Anyways, that is 3 escorts down. Still no sign of a submarine. But we do have a knock somewhere to our north, and it was heading south. Yeah, sadly I don't think we're going to get any more merchant ships, which was the entire point of this particular mission, because, well, they've all ran. They've all ran, and there is no way known I'm going to be able to catch them, especially not while trying to keep myself, and there is the M8. While trying to keep myself quiet while that helicopter's floating around. Reload torpedo. Knox has jumped position. Really not exactly sure where it is at the moment. Tighten that up. Right, we've got direction. %, solution now. So that's pretty close to where it is. hopefully we've got this one right and it picks up, and once we sink this NOx, we can start exiting the area. We'll have a little bit of a scan around to see whether or not we can actually find these merchant ships, and if not, NOx is turning away. Now is it turning away because it's, yeah, noisemaker in the water. It's turning away because it heard the torpedo. It's alright, it saves it getting closer to me. 95 solution, so that's exactly where the NOx is now. And I think it has managed to dodge our torp. Cheeky turd. It's alright, torpedo 1 is ready. Wait. Countermeasures deployed. Yeah, let's cancel that torpedo launch. The torpedo's hook shot around the countermeasure and has managed to reacquire or acquire the NOx by slingshotting its own countermeasure. Oh, you poor bastard. Yeah, there's no way this misses at this point. Boom. That is the NOx destroyed. So that's the 4 escorts we've detected so far. And this was pretty much the end of the engagement. There were only 4 escorts in the entire formation, and the end card revealed that we did not get the 50-50 chance of getting a skipjack in this one, so there was no submarine. Once I was far enough away to do so, to make sure I was out of the range of the helicopter, I did come to the surface and pop the radar again, but unfortunately nothing popped up on the radar, so the merchant ships were long gone. My biggest mistake in this one is I shouldn't have engaged the first merchant when I did. I should have let it go past, and I should have engaged the merchant fleet once I was almost in the middle of it, and then I would have been able to just fire torpedoes in all directions and go evasive. But I got a little early on the gun there, and as a result, we only got away with 3 merchants, 3 frigates, and a cruiser. Which by tonnage war standards is still actually not a bad deal, especially for a captain of a fairly old and fairly obsolete submarine. Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching. As always, check the video description down below for links to all of my social media, my Twitch, my Discord, my Patreon, if you'd like to help directly support the channel. And as always, remember to click that like button if you did, subscribe if you would like to see more, and until next time, take care.